to all these people who've supported us. We are trying to tell the story of South Africa. South Africa is a beautiful, beautiful country. And with all the telling that we can do as South Africans, I think it's always when we hear stories of people who've been to South Africa that we are always so amazed at how incredibly touching the country of South Africa is. And today we have the pleasure, this year particularly, to be working with Marcus Samuelson, an incredible chef, who is helping us to tell the story of South Africa, the story of our cuisine, the story of our people, and how it all mixes together. And we have a pleasure tonight to have Gail Simmons, whose father is from South Africa.
My very first memory of South Africa is in the wine region outside of Cape Town in Stellenbosch, tasting wines at the age of 6 years old. We started that in my family. There's a reason that I do this job. So I'm very well rehearsed and very well practiced. And my second memory of South Africa is being in the Kruger Park and seeing an elephant and a giraffe for my first time, also at the age of 6 years old. And I've been going back ever since. It is a very emotional and very special country to me and to my family. My father's here, by the way, this evening. And he's actually going back to South Africa in about 5 weeks from now to see our family and to explore more of the country. So thank you so much for having us. Thanks for being with Food Wine, being part of the Food Wine family at the Food Wine Classic in Aspen. And as we say, enjoy your food and wine.
I also want to say the same thing as they said. Thank you so much for taking time out. There's a lot of parties, a lot of events to go to. So we're really humbled and appreciate that you're here. I learned about South Africa when I started my book, The Soul of a New Cuisine, and I went down several times. And one time I went down to Soweto to meet Mr. Desmond Tutu. He was supposed to write the foreword for my book. I came all the way to South Africa, all the way to Soweto, and Mr. Tutu wasn't there. So I was really disappointed. So I had a great time in the country, and I think there's a lot of things that America, we have much more in common than there are differences. South Africa is truly a diverse country, just like America. There are people with Indian heritage, with Chinese heritage, with Dutch, with British, with obviously the black South African heritage. There are numerous different languages. So when you're in South Africa, and it's fantastic, known for its wine and for animals, but there's also places like Durban, right on the Indian Ocean, where will have fantastic Indian food that is South African. There's also incredible places in Joburg, in very urban environment. You can taste all of African's food. It's all right there in Durban. So it's an incredible place. When you travel to Europe 10 times, the 11th times, go to South Africa, because it's life-changing. And thank you so much. Enjoy it. And I hope you guys will have a great rest of Aspen Classic. So thank you.
This is in 2007. This has been in oak for a year.
You've just tasted Chef Marcus Samuelson's creation. This is the Bunny Chow, typical South African, and you're tasting some wine. What do you think?
I think it paired perfectly. I love the spices, and the spices in the wine really went well together.
I'm seeing lots of people come around here. What are they asking? What are they wanting to know from you?
They're fascinated about South Africa being a wine producer. The fact that we've been producing wine for 350 years is not necessarily right up there on their minds. South Africa as a wine producer, they call us New World. In fact, 350 years New World, that gives us some history.
What are people asking you about your wines and South African wines in general?
The first question usually is, what do you specialize in? So the answer is, well, great wine. People often come to the table and ask about Pinotage. We don't have any today at the table. We've never found that Pinotage is the right grape to lead with, but it's a grape to introduce people once they understand the category. When I first started coming here 15 years ago, there was like zero recognition. Africa, wine from Africa, it was like, oh yeah, and then you have to explain, well, you have real plantings, and there's rain sometimes, and there's mountains, so I think people today are much more educated on the category, and they really come because they know there's great quality.